It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. I'm your host, Richard Burns, over here at the Solomon Project. Yeah. Close the curtain so I don't distract you so much with my mess. Got my little mess going on behind the scenes in the studio. Let's close it up, Quinn. I need your help, Quinn. Get to the chopper. All right, here we go. So let me get up in here. Let me go over here. Let's go to the invite. Yeah, we're early today. I don't know if that's beneficial. I try always to go on at 10 p.m. because of the professor, because she's out in Washington State. She's a lot farther. Okay. So here's we go. Screen. I don't know. It looks kind of grainy. I don't know what's going on. The image doesn't look as good as it has in the past. So I'm in Virginia, in a town that's stimulating to be in. It's named Cockerhams. So I'm in Cockerhams. I think that, or that's, is that the name of this this truck stop? Cockerham. Let's see. I got the technology to check. Okay. That's not how I wanted to check, but I've got other means. The truck stop is definitely called Cockerham. According to this, I'm in the town of Hillsville. Cockerham is apparently in Hillsville. And I got to do a quick check because I don't know, everything looks grainy over here. So I want to do a quick check. Check on my buttermilk biscuits. So I'll just do this. And after I do this, I'll do that. So I'll just do this. And after I do this, I'll do that. Yeah, I just heard myself, y'alls. I have to double check because this is looking funky. Looks like I'm skipping and dipping, dripping and driving. Okay. Yeah, self-made, right? You've heard that expression before. If you're involved in business or maybe you're tapping into some finance or something, you've more than likely heard the expression self-made millionaire or self-made something or other. And that's BS. Nobody's self-made. That's nonsense. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to everybody who you've encountered throughout your life that has pointed in a certain direction, that has asked you a question that stimulated a thought process, that had given you some advice, that has provided some type of mentorship. That's disrespectful to all those people. Disrespectful to the people that had given you some type of support. It could have been emotional, psychological, moral, some kind of support. You're not born. You're not born with all the tools you need to go from poverty or working class or middle class to become wealthy. You're not born with those tools. So there have been people that have come along your life at some point that has done something. It could have been something extremely small that could have made a difference, or it could have been something extremely large that helped propel you. So this business about being self-made is nonsense. Whenever anybody says that, they're being extremely disrespectful to every person that have come across their path and in some way, shape, or form provided something that helped propel them to wherever it is that they are. I want to check on a few things. I want to applaud. I want to applaud MAGA. I want to applaud MAGA because they got it right. MAGA got it right. MAGA said things that I would have never said. MAGA did things that I don't do. Maybe there was a time in my past when I was a teenager that I would have done that. But MAGA did some things that I don't do and I probably wouldn't have done. As always, Trump laid down an excellent marketing scheme. Excellent. The man is a marketing genius. You cannot take that away from him. Marketing genius. The propaganda laid out by his campaign team was par excellence. It was amazing. MAGA took all that, absorbed it, internalized it, believed it, repeated it, and when engaging with MAGA, they didn't want to hear the math. They didn't want to hear the math. I understand people want to challenge your message, your thought process. Some people want to challenge that. There's no problem with that. Sometimes people have the receipts. Sometimes people have the math to show you, listen, here's one. Here's a plus sign. Here's another one. 1 plus 1. Now here's an equal sign. So whatever 1 plus 1 is, in order for it to be equal, whatever's on the other side of that equal sign has to be whatever it is on the initial side. Roy? And there he is, Brandon! Yay!
Hey, how you doing, man?
Doing wonderful, man. I was just talking about how MAGA went about expressing themselves, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Are
MAGA
you talking about January 6th expressions?
No, not January 6th, because I want to talk about what is actually going on right now, because Trump was inaugurated on Monday, and according to MAGA, from day one, things were supposed to happen from day one. Now, listen, I'm an investor. I'm an investor and I'm a trader, and I can't. If I want to be successful at trading and investing, I can't fall prey to propaganda and marketing and all that other stuff. If I want
you didn't buy his meme coins?
You see, I should have, right? And let me tell you something. These people, the only people that profited from that were the insiders, were Trump's insiders.
Oh yeah.
All the other people that bought into that stuff got smashed. There was one guy that was interviewed. He went and bought. He went and did an options trade on his Donald J. Trump's social media stock, and he took his grandfather's money. He took a little over $1 million of his grandfather's money, laid down an options trade on DJT. And at the time of the interview, he already lost 3/4 of his grandfather's money.
You're good. I got you. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. Excuse me one moment.
Yep.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, sure.
Have a good night.
You as well.
I'm at the county fair. So.
Oh, nice.
I was just in Yesteryear Village, just going over something. Hey, give me 2 seconds. I get to a little quiet spot. Okay. Here I am.
Yeah, so during the interview, the guy that went and invested and made an options trade on DJT, that's the ticker symbol for the stock, took his grandfather's money, I think it was 1.1 million. By the time the interview was taking place, he had already lost over $700,000 of his grandfather's money. And because I know how options work, I can see that he was about to lose the whole thing. He's going to lose all his grandfather's money. And here he was in the interview, and he sounded so sad, so hurt. He sounded like he was about ready to cry. But
yeah, poor guy.
Those are the dangers. Those are the dangers of being wrapped up in marketing and propaganda.
Yes, I agree with you. You know, it is what it is. When he put out his gold coins or his gold shoes, and you're looking at it, you're going, okay.
Right.
But people, unfortunately, people. See, the problem is the people that are throwing. They're throwing their life savings into these things that they don't have any understanding, but they're just, hey, this guy says it's good, and they're throwing their trust into him, and he's just letting them.
Well, so in earlier videos that I made, I always warn people, because I showed examples of 3 different people who I mentor. CJ, AJ, and JB. Those 3 personalities right there. I always used to put on my gold chains and all that other stuff. And I used to go over their portfolios because they're so small. I just wanted to demonstrate to everybody that you didn't have to have a whole bunch of money anymore to get involved in one of the tools that the wealthy use to either become wealthy or retain their wealth. And that's the stock market. So I wanted to encourage people, show people, demonstrate to people. And one of the warnings that I've always given people was that you have to be careful and not get caught up with personalities, with marketing, and with propaganda. Stay away from the personality.
Yeah.
Now, I put that out there, but I know because I was in sales that only 2% of whoever listens to anything I'm saying are going to actually follow through with that. Only 2%.
Yeah.
That's why soon you're going to start seeing me with a 2% ad. And that's what that 2% represents. It's the people that come across others who have the wisdom, who has the
intellect,
the intellect and the experience, the life experience to be able to pass on some information that could potentially help them. No, and in sales, that's exactly what we were warned about when I first started as a broker. When I started as a broker, one of the things that we were told was that if you can't handle 98%,
hey Seth, take it easy. I'm sorry. One of the curators, I did it. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No. One of the curators just walked by. I did a few tours, and there were a few curators that actually did interviews for me.
That's cool.
Which is pretty awesome. Yeah. So, anyways, one of them just walked by. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Cool. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's cool. I'm gonna wrap it up so we can engage the way we usually engage. We were informed when I first became a broker. We were told, listen, if you can't handle 98% rejection, then this is not the career for you. You're best to leave because that's what you're going to encounter, and it's been true. And
98% rejections. Rejection is like a lot.
It's almost all of it. Yeah. So basically, as a broker, I was doing a lot of cold calling, right? Prior to me passing prior to me passing my exam, I was doing a lot of cold calling. They would give you a list of names, numbers, and locations, and you would have to call to try to get them into the broker and what have you. So that was a process until I got my license, and then I became a glorified telemarketer. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. So you studied, bust your ass so you can pass this 6 hour exam, okay? And just to go from a telemarketer to a glorified telemarketer with a license, right? So, yay! But the bottom line was
you were licensed.
Right now I'm licensed, so now I can actually put in orders. Instead, I had to pass them on to somebody else, but now I can actually put in orders. I can open up different accounts, different investment accounts. Now I can put my signature on this paperwork, right? So here we go. So now that's not just what we were told by our manager, supervisor, whoever it was, our leader, whatever you want to call them. It's also in some literature. If you want to get into sales, there's some literature that has sales that warn you about that reality. The rejection rate is extremely high. So the 2% represents the 2% that actually listen and attempt and follow through. That's what the 2% stands for. One time I had a 2% hat on, and somebody was going crazy. Or I mentioned the fact that I was a 2%er, and they laughed. They didn't understand what the 2% meant. They thought that I was talking about a segment of the population that had a certain amount of wealth, that's not what the 2% means. For anybody who's listening to this,
well, they're referring to the term the 1%ers. Is everybody's well known.
They were mixing it up with that, right? They were mixing it up with that from these motorcycle gangs and these gangs. The 1%, no, and I had to clear that up. No, it's got nothing to do with any. It has nothing to do with any kind of group, any kind of organization. It's got nothing to do with that. It has to do with how people respond to valuable information that could enhance their life. What percentage actually absorbs it, actually uses it, actually makes an attempt to enhance their life? And that's why in the beginning of this, the title of today's Saturday Night Live is "Self-Made is a bunch of BS." Nobody's self-made. Nobody. Okay? Nobody's self-made. Even if you're born into wealth, you got that wealth because somebody else passed it on to you. So nobody's self-made. That's a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
You look
well,
like you're having a lot.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you a little bit there, because what if you start from nothing and you build what you build? You know.
Did you encounter anybody? Did anybody lend you any money? Did you ever go to a bank? Did anybody stop you and say, "Brandon, listen, I know you want to do that. I know you want to do that. However, consider this or consider that."
I see your point. No,
yeah,
it's a good point.
It could be something extremely small that can make a huge difference later on. And I'm saying that
I think it's what you choose to do with the tools that you have at hand. You know.
How about when somebody tells you about, hey, there's some other tools, right? You don't have to use them.
Oh yeah.
But there's some other tools, and if you choose to even check them out. If you choose to check them out, already you're a 2%er. If you choose to check them out and say, "Oh, damn, let me try this. Okay,
no, I agree with you 100%.
That's why I say self-made is no. Somebody somewhere along the line came across your path, said something, did something, however small it is, could have put you on the trajectory that you needed to be to get to where you are.
Yes. Yeah, I can agree with that. Definitely.
For example, you sound like you have a wonderful job. You sound like you have a wonderful job.
I do have a good job. Yeah, I have a great job.
How'd you get
Can't
there?
complain. 20 years ago when I started, I said, I'm never leaving this place unless they kick me out.
And how did you arrive there? You just showed up? Say, hey, I never heard about this place. Never heard about this.
I was referred by somebody else that was working there.
That's what I mean. There are so many people in people's lives, and I think it's unfortunate that they're forgotten.
Yeah. I got 12. Since I've been there, in the 20 years that I've been there, I've gotten 12 people jobs. I'm gonna say 8 of which have been permanently there since I've got them the jobs there. You know,
and of all of them, including the 8 permanent, have they said thank you?
It's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
See, that's okay. So
they did at the time.
Okay, no, if it's at the time, it's good. If it's at the time, at least that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Well, that's all I expect is at the time.
That's fine. That's fine. And that's fine because one of the little sayings, one of the popular sayings, was adopting an attitude of gratitude. I don't know if you heard that.
Now, repeat that, please.
That one of the popular little phrases that I heard throughout my sales career was adopting an attitude of gratitude.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
Gratitude. So
Yeah.
that they were expressing their gratitude.
Mm.
The attitude of gratitude is important.
Yes, I agree.
It lets you know that things are possible. Things are possible. Things you focus on getting something and you can achieve them.
People are in there.
And I'm not gonna break down why, because I'm really more curious to know how your night is going, because it sounds like you're having fun.
I'm having fun. I kind of broke off from the crowd. My wife's with a friend and the kids, and we're in Yesteryear Village.
Yesteryear.
Which is it's something. This is something that I promised to film for Miss
For the
Helms.
professor, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Pat that camera around. Let's see it. She's not here
this
yet.
is the. No, but I got videos. I've got interviews with curators and stuff like that. I've got. It's gonna be. She's gonna love it. I think. I hope so, because I got 2 interviews with different curators. Where one of them was 20 minutes, and he was going on a haunted house thing too, which is another thing. It's pretty cool, right? I'm just sitting in the courtyard. As you can see, it's just like a little. I mean, they got the Ferris wheel shut down for the kids, but the rest of the fair is going on. This is just like the quiet area, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Because everything's shutting down over.
Hi, Vega.
Vega, then.
Vega's saying hello.
Hi, Vega. How are things in Germany? Excuse me. But yeah, it's interesting. I love this. I love history. I love through it. They won't let you touch the phone books in the phone museum anymore.
No?
I used to be able to look up my grandmother's. Yeah. That kind of
Fear of
sucked.
what? Fear of spreading
What's that?
cooties or something? Fear of spreading cooties or something?
No, the fact that the paper's getting so old, they're getting brittle, and it's kind of like they got the Constitution sealed into a airtight container. They're kind of doing that stuff with the books, with the old phone books.
So Vegas says it's
I
late
can respect that.
or / early. It's 4 a.m. where he's at. Where is he? In Germany?
He's in Germany. Yeah. He's a time traveler.
Oh yeah?
He's 4 a.m. in the future. He's 4 a.m. in the future. He's a time traveler. That's what.
Wow.
That's our little joke. He's in the future.
So let me see. He's 20 hours in the future?
Yeah. He's 20 hours, but he's in the future.
Right.
It's from the future. Tomorrow morning. He's speaking to us from tomorrow morning. What's the future like, Vega?
It's nice
What's
weather
that?
tomorrow. It's nice weather tomorrow. That's what he said.
Oh. It's beautiful here in Florida. We had 50 degrees. I mean, I got to wear a jacket, but I mean, other than that, man.
That's incredible. I heard it snowed in Florida.
Yeah, in the Panhandle. I got a buddy that lives up there. They were not
the
equipped
Panhandle?
to deal with it. Yeah, they had 6 inches. 6 inches of snow, and it shut the entire city down because they had no way to clear the streets. They'd never experienced this before,
Wow, 6
So,
inches. That's more than I can offer.
yeah, right. Me too, man. I'm with you.
Wow. So they've never
Oh,
experienced it, huh?
I guess I could tell you. I could try to tell you my Spanish.
Oh yeah?
I should have a well lit. I gotta have a well lit atmosphere. I put it in my wallet. See, this is the thing. This is what happened. All right, is I asked my friend to translate it and correct it in Spanish. And do you know what he did?
What do you do?
Because I wanted it. I wanted to be able to tell the joke
Translate
grammatically
it?
correct. I wanted it. I
Oh,
wanted it to be grammatically correct.
okay. Okay. You
Does
wanted to
that
be a
make
tough
sense?
guy. Yeah.
What's that?
You wanted to be a tough guy.
Yeah. And do you know what he did?
What do you do?
He copied it and sent me a Google Translate of exactly the thing. I was like, I could have fucking done that, asshole.
Okay. 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 What's the point?
This may not be grammatically correct. You know.
Okay.
All right. You want me to
Okay.
attempt it or not?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay. Let me grab it because I got it written down, but it's literally a Google Translate of the
All right.
exact joke in English,
Grab it with both hands
which
there.
I wanted it to be grammatically correct so that I could actually tell the joke. And all right. Either way, you're here. You can correct me. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Un hombre va a una prostituta.
Hmm?
You understand that? I'm gonna go
Yep.
sentence by sentence, and you just tell me if I'm doing. This is the thing, Solomon. Is I wanted to tell a joke in Spanish and then have you translate it into English.
Okay.
Are you able? You're able to do that, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Okay. So you got the first sentence. You got the first sentence right, right?
Un
All
hombre
right.
fue a una prostituta. Yeah.
Okay. Ella dice que son $10 por sexo.
Ella le dice a él que son $10 por sexo. Okay.
Yeah. You understand what that means, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Ella pagar por los $10 y al pagar por los no, all right, where was I at? I'm sorry.
Y al pagar los $10,
$10 y tienen sexo.
okay.
Okay. Al
You want me
día
to translate as you
siguiente,
go, or you want me to wait till you're finished?
whatever's easier.
All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. Al día siguiente la pica mucho.
Okay.
You understand that? Okay.
Yep.
El Diciembre cangrejos.
Descubre cangrejos. Yep.
El Diciembre cangrejos. Okay. El entra a la prostituta y la dice, oye, me diste un cangrejo. Ella dijo, por $10 que esperabas. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were right. Esperaba.
Esperabas de langostas?
Okay. Man goes up to a prostitute. and asks her how much for sex. She says $10. He gives her the $10. They have sex. After they're done, he gets an itch. So he checks himself out and he discovers he's got crabs. So now he goes to the prostitute and says, hey, wait a minute. Look what you did. You gave me crabs. And she said, well, what do you expect for $10? Lobster?
Yes, that was a joke. Did you enjoy that?
Yes, I did. I'm going to use it.
Okay. Did I did well my point was he just sent me Google Translate on what I sent him to translate.
Right. What was that? What was the point
I mean,
of that?
he
You were
sent-
thinking, right?
Yeah. No. Actually, he sent me the whole. He translated it as far as he did, but he didn't know what crabs was. So,
Why? Where's the guy from?
El Salvador.
Oh, maybe they use a different word because in Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
they'll say cocolilla. If you hear a Puerto Rican say cocolilla, they're referring to crabs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cocalia. I'll try to remember that.
Yeah.
I probably wish that I
Cocolilla.
won't have to, but
Yeah, if you come across any butter Puerto Ricans and they say cocolilla, they're referring to crabs.
Okay. Well, I actually, it was a Spaniard actually that translated to him because it was like, because he translated, because I asked the Spaniard originally to translate and he said, hey, talk to Edwin. Edwin will translate for you. He's working still. Because the other guy was on his way out the door.
Those Spaniards
What's that?
got to relearn. Those Spaniards have to relearn Spanish, man. They're out there.
It's
talking
different.
crazy.
I know it's different.
Well, the thing is, they got
different
six different languages in Spain.
The dialects, you mean?
No, languages. They're not even dialects; they're languages, like Provençal, Catalan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got a few. They got 6 different languages out there.
I see.
The official language is Castellano. The official language is Spanish, Castellano. That's the official language. But it's like, oh, look who's here! Hey, y'all!
Who's here?
Hook it up in the house.
Who's here?
Oh, she liked the joke. Hook it up, Homestead. She heard the joke.
Oh, hey, hook it up. How you doing?
She heard the joke. Yeah. So it's like other places in the world, man. You got multiple languages, but there's one official. Like you go it's like someplace like Nigeria, for example. I don't know how many different languages they got. In Asia too, you got some countries in Asia. They got a bunch of different languages, not dialects, languages, but they have one official language. Homestead got a joke too. Listen, like my homeboy, he's from Honduras, right? And in Honduras, you got Spanish, which is the official language. You got Garifuna, and then you have a multitude of indigenous languages, not dialects. Hey, Vega, have a good night, buddy.
Vega, have a good night.
We're gonna have fun because Hook It Up is about to give us a joke. Yeah, hey, inappropriate is the best one. Hit us with the inappropriate stuff. This is an adult channel, even though I got my 3-year-old, a couple of 7-year-old, and
you know what? I've been going on live like every night, late at night, Solomon, and I'm catching some subscribers. I'm catching subscribers from going live. But
that's cool.
This is the thing. Some of them are like minors, you know.
Yeah. No, you'll get minors. You'll get minors because minors sneak off. They want to hear the adult content. They like that.
Yeah.
Here we go. What Homestead has a question. What's the difference in a prostitute and a drug dealer? What's the difference? Do you know, Brandon? What's the difference between a prostitute and a drug dealer? What's the difference?
One sells crack. Wait, they both sell crack. Wait a minute.
There you go. I think you're on the right track.
Sorry.
I think you're on the right track.
Yeah, one sells. Yeah, I remember. That's an old. Yeah, I remember the joke. Tell it, please. Tell
All
it.
right, here we go. Ready?
Hook it up.
Okay, the prostitute, she can wash her crack and resell it. Ah!
Okay, yeah. That's right.
You can wash it and resell it.
That's the truth.
Ooh, Homestead with the jokes. Ooh. Hey, Homestead, I was out around your way. I was delivering in Fort Worth. I was watching your video and I responded. I left a message in your video. I was out in Fort Worth. I was stuck with 36 cases. I was stuck with 36 cases of mac and cheese that I was trying to get rid of. I was hoping that I can hook up with you at Hook It Up Homestead and dump all that stuff on you, and maybe you, your neighbors, your church, whatever. But no, I understand what the complication would have been. Believe me, I already know. Oh, you did respond? I never saw it. My apologies then. If that ever happens again, because sometimes that happens. I haul refrigerated loads, so I haul a lot of food products. So yeah, I know. So some people are unreasonable like that, and I don't really want to fight because I slowed up. In my old age, I'm not the young whippersnapper I used to be, so I can't swing as fast. I can't punch as hard. But I would have gone for mine. Don't think I wouldn't. I would have gone for mine. Yeah, because
it only takes one time, man.
That's it.
That's all it takes.
I just one time it.
You gotta hit them good once. You put your best into everything. When you get older, you put your best into the first one.
You got those two nerves running right here. All you got to do is tap them. You tap one of them, and it's put them to sleep. But yeah, I can't do that no more. It's too much of a struggle. So I got hit in the mouth just the other day.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Where was that wiener from?
Man, that's kind of personal, Brandon. But you know what? Because you're my friend, I'm gonna. Because you're my friend, I'm gonna answer that. I think I was in. Let me see if I can remember correctly. I might have been in Illinois when that wiener was exposed.
Yeah.
It could have been Indiana. It was either Indiana or Illinois, but the wiener was out. You saw it.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I laughed my ass off on that video, man.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I got out of my truck and I locked my doors. I got a fancy mechanism right here, man. I got a fancy look. I got the remote, right? So I bust out the remote and lock my doors with the remote, and I always check both sides. So as I step down from the driver's side, I pull on the handle and look down, and I said, "Wait a minute."
There was a wiener.
What the hell is that? No, I gotta share this with the world. So I busted out the phone
Yeah.
and recorded.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
That thing was just laying there. That thing was just laying there, and there was no heat coming off it, as cold as it was outside. So I knew that thing had been sitting there for a while. Hook It Up said, I saw all the soap tower. Yeah. Oh yeah. I hope she comes on. She was making a lot of soap. I don't know about that. That looked like a slippery situation. All that soap. Now it would have been crazy if she dropped all that soap. Yeah, that would have been something. Yeah, nobody's getting my notifications, I guess. So this is around the time 10. It's 10:18 where I'm at, so this is around time. Yeah, it did look like cake batter. It did look like cake batter. Holmes said, "Listen, I almost licked the screen when I saw it because I thought it was cake batter. I had my tongue out. I was ready to lick that screen."
Talking about wait. We're not talking about the wiener, right?
I hope not. No, the professor the professor recorded herself making soap.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I've seen those videos. Yeah.
And like Homestead said, it looked like cake batter.
Oh, okay.
You knew
No,
it was soap right
talking about your comment.
You use your culinary. Well, it's not fair because you use your culinary skills to be able to identify that was soap and not cake batter. Because I was ready to lick the screen, man. Hell yeah!
No, she did good, and I asked her if she'd ever seen the movie Fight Club. Have you ever seen that movie?
I've never seen it.
It's a great
What was
movie.
that about anyway? Besides fighting.
Well, the fighting's this is the minimal. This is the minimal part of the entire story. It's about a guy that he meets this man, and the man he's got a structured life,
Okay.
and this guy's like he lives in a basement, and he's like I don't know, semi-homeless, I guess you could say.
Okay.
But he meets him on the plane, and he's like, "Yeah, just ignore your pain. That's just it's really hard to describe." But the movie is an awesome.
He's trying to encourage this guy who has a structured life to just live your life.
Go outside the box. Go outside the box, basically.
And he was showing him how to go outside the box by knocking his box off. I mean, what the hell? What's up with the fighting? I don't get it.
No. The fighting is actually a very minimal part of the movie. Basically, what they do is they start this club. It's therapy. He's going to therapy, stuff like that. And they were like, this guy's like, well, let's just start our own little group and we'll just fight each other. And that's just what they did.
Yeah. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
And
that's something.
It was. Well, it was.
I mean, I used to do that myself, but it wasn't a club.
Are you gonna watch the movie?
Probably not.
All right. Probably not. All right. Well, then I'll let you know what the movie's about then.
Right, cool.
Spoiler. If anybody's listening. Yeah, the other guy was his other personality. He was crazy the whole time, and he never slept. When he went to sleep, his other personality took over, and that's how it was.
Was he hallucinating?
No. He was schizophrenic. He had two personalities.
Oh, okay.
And so the person that started the Fight Club it's the same person, but he was It's really great. It's a great you know, the original person, he had trouble sleeping, he couldn't sleep, you know, he was going to all these therapy groups, but then he met this guy, which was actually in his head, you know, and
Right.
started his own little group, and yeah, they started the Fight Club, you know.
Wow.
But Meatloaf, the singer Meatloaf, is in the
He was
movie.
in it. You know, that does sound. You know, Meatloaf is a very talented person.
Yes, yeah, I agree with you.
He can work. He can work film and be on stage and sing. The guy's talented. And from what I
Well, yeah,
understand,
big time. I agree.
he suffered an incredibly terrible injury. I think something having to do with a shot put. He got hit with a shot put or something like that in the head. I mean, it was bad.
Mm. Well, this movie, he was very obese. You know, he was an obese man.
Just in the movie.
In the movie, I don't think he had a fat suit on. I think he was just actually just an obese at the time.
That's my point. I don't think he had a fat suit on. I think he really is obese.
Yeah. And at the time of the movie, you know, because they make references to it. He squished up against his man boobs when he gave him
Oh,
a
no
hug.
way.
You know what I mean?
His moves.
Yeah. So
Sounds like everybody's having a great old time over there.
yeah, this is the fair. I'm on the outskirts. I'm in the quiet area. I'm about to enter the busy area, I guess you could say, just because I'm trying to find a restroom. But the restaurant's got like.
Don't shake. Hey,
Yeah,
don't shake it. Don't shake it more than 3 times. You know the deal.
Yeah, that's you shake it more than 3 times, you're playing with it. I'll show you.
I know.
Oh, they're having a great time.
Yeah, it's a very festive time around here, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, any word on ICE? How have they been working down your area?
ICE?
Yeah, the immigration.
What do you mean by ICE?
The immigration.
Oh, no, nothing yet. Nothing yet. I'll let you know. I'm yeah, they're it is what it is. I'm gonna have to mute you for a minute and stick you in my pocket. Sorry.
Ooh, which pocket? Front pocket?
Hold on. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, take your time. Just don't forget. Don't shake it more than 3 times. I'll get jealous. In the meantime and in between time. Let's see what the big deal is with eggs. Let's check out eggs. Egg prices. If I can spell it right. Egg prices. I heard something about this. Let's see. What if I put up images? Uh-oh. 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 Oh. Egg prices have been going up? What? That is not what's supposed to happen. what's supposed to happen. Remember the propaganda, y'alls. This is not what's supposed to happen. Is there a date? November, December. Yeah. Prices of eggs have been going back up, y'all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What you mean, yo? Yo, what you mean? Let me see if I can find the news on this thing. Because this is type crazy. Record. What? This is 7 hours ago, y'all. Let me show you. 7 hours ago. Let's present this. Present arms. Let's present eggs. Brandon, check this out, man.
Eggs, yeah. Huevos. Es mucho
You're on
especie.
mute. Okay, good. You took the mute off. Can you see?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, eggs are going crazy because of the avian flu at the moment. Can you hear me?
Did I screw up?
Are you frozen? No, you're not frozen. I can hear you now.
I'm not frozen. I'm fresh. I'm fresh, not frozen.
I'm in front of the old
This is
dentistry something. I don't know. What is that? Dr. Lawson. And I wish the curator was here. Half the curators had gone home for the night by the time I got here. Yeah, get eggs. I don't want to
in the house.
Who's
Our
here?
buddy from Greece is here.
DeGrace?
Our buddy from Greece, AYD.
Oh, Aiden. Aiden's here. Hey, Aiden.
Yeah, our buddy from Greece. In the house.
Grease it up.
Well, that's not good, man. If you live in the U.S. and you've been tracking the price of eggs, you've probably experienced some sticker shock. National average
we
price
bought
for a dozen eggs in December. Went up.
We bought like 6 cases of already hard-boiled eggs. They're already cooked. Basically the hard-boiled eggs in a container, or I mean in a
Yeah.
just in advance of this, because it's gonna take It's gonna take about 6 months for them to get regulated back to normal with it.
Really?
You're not gonna see eggs. You're gonna see eggs empty on the shelves for a while.
Okay, but see, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. For such a big deal, there was a good reason why eggs had shot up before during the Biden administration, but MAGA didn't want to hear it. MAGA, as soon as Trump came in, this was it. Trump was going to fix all that. Day one. Which, you know, when I talk to somebody in MAGA, I try to present the math. That's what I was referencing before. I try to, you know, present the math. You know, hey, 1 + 1, that's one side of the equation. And then on the other side of the equation, it's supposed to equal out to whatever 1 + 1 is. Okay? However you want to express it on the other side of the equation, they should be the same. 1 + 1 on one side equals 2 + 0 on the other side. 1 + 1 on one side equals just plain old 2 on the other side. 1 + 1 on the other side could be 3 - 1 on the other side. It's supposed to equal out.
Yeah.
But when discussing certain things with MAGA, They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear the math. They don't want to hear the logic.
Yeah. That's where it comes down to, is the basically communication is broken down. There's no they've got no well, let me rephrase that. I'm not gonna speak for all of them, but a lot of them are just, they're so centered, and if you bring a different opinion, then they're like, well, then no, you're a leftist pig.
Okay, that's another thing. Right away with the insults. Right away.
Yeah, exactly.
Like talking to an adolescence with terrible upbringing. Right away with the insults. Right away with the accusations.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, so you can't engage in a constructive.
No, you can't get a normal conversation. A normal conversation with a normal.
So day one, fuel was supposed to go down. Well, fuel hasn't gone down the way they said it would. Day one, food prices were supposed to go down. Food prices did not go down as they claim, right? Because they're going around repeating the propaganda and insulting you when you try to present the math. Hey, look, I understand that you like this guy, and I understand that you're repeating everything that he's saying, but I'm going to show you right here with this math right here that that's not possible. Number one, and number two, if it's not possible, then your comparative analysis.
Did he write it? Well, I'm not going to listen to you. That's the bottom line. Did he say it? Then I'm not going to listen to you. And it's like, all right.
That's what Trump said, and they just repeated it.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, my point is, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, when you try to talk to these people, some of these, let me rephrase that. Some of these people, well, let me rephrase that even more. Most of these people, they as soon as you make a comment like, well, it's like, well, Hillary stole this. It's like, what's Hillary got to do with anything that we're talking about right now?
Exactly nothing. That's called that's called a man, the phrase escaping me right now, but that's it's a false equivalence. That's a false equivalence.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is they don't want to talk about the topic at hand. They just want to throw whatever that they hear, and they just repeat it. So the greatest thing, the funniest thing was the Mueller report. The Mueller report. And all he said was, "Read it. I'm innocent. All you gotta do is read it." And you talk to, he's innocent. Did you read the report? No, he said it was okay. It's like, really? Okay. He said I don't know, man.
That's exactly the type of behavior that, as an investor or a trader, you have to stay away from.
Yeah.
That's exactly the type of behavior. If you want to excel in finance,
in general, you want to stay away from that behavior, but
you can't. Yeah, you can't get wrapped up in personalities. You just can't.
Yeah.
Look at down where Homestead is at. Homestead is down there by this mega church that's operated by, what's his name? I forget his name.
I don't know. A lot of churches.
When conditions got really bad, he wouldn't allow people to seek refuge in his church.
Oh, when the floods.
Yeah.
Yeah, the floods of yes, I remember that. Where the church was the only standing structure in the town. Yeah. I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name. Okay.
Joel Osteen.
Yeah. Yeah,
But yet
that was
people
fucked
follow
up.
him and give him money all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fucked up situation. I agree. I agree. You know, it reminds me of there was a scene in The Walking Dead when the zombies came out, and the reverend of the church, he boarded up
Hook it up.
everything.
I understand. Hook it up. Yeah, keep protect yourself, girl. Yeah.
But there was a scene in the Walking Dead where they did that, and basically, it's The Walking Dead was like on life in general. You know what I mean? In my opinion, that's why I love it. I think it was a greatly written.
Until they killed what's his name? After they killed what's the Asian guy's name? What was the Asian guy's name?
I forgot. Yeah.
After they killed him, it was over for me. I stopped watching at that point.
I stopped watching after about the 7th season. But either way, you just totally threw me off track.
Oh, The Walking Dead?
No, that's okay. I'm easily thrown off track. I'm easily oh, squirrel. You know, that's me. That's me. That's my personality. I'm always So Solomon, I had an idea. I was gonna do trivia on my page.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I thought it would be pretty cool. Even if I just read Trivial Pursuit cards and just had engaging conversation with everybody. I think so. I think that would be a fun little time, you know?
Yeah. That's stimulating. Matter of fact, I don't think anybody's doing that on YouTube.
I don't think so either. I used to actually have this app that we would have to write our own. We would have to write our own material, stuff like that, and program it in and do all that other stuff. The app has since been debunked or gone, you know. But it was a fun time, you know.
You'll probably get 1 million subscribers in like 1 week with that thing going on.
I could try it. One of the oh yeah, I saw your video on the little tabs today on those things. They kind of 50-50 had them. The tabs on the trucks.
Oh yeah.
I saw your video today. Yeah, and because I used to unload those things when I worked for the school thing. I'd have to unload those guys all the time. You know.
Oh, so you understand? You understand what I mean about those things?
Yeah. Yeah, but usually the driver takes care of it. He opens up the back and that's it. I've never had to actually deal with the tags, you know. But
Yeah.
my question to you is let's just say you pull into a truck stop, you go to sleep, you wake up, and that's broken when you get up. Are you liable for it?
They try to make me liable,
Yeah.
but you got to cover your ass.
Yeah.
You gotta take a picture because I got ripped off. 400 and some odd thousand dollars worth of merchandise.
Oh yeah. That's what you said too. Yeah, that was your comment to Miss Helms.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was carrying what's known in the industry as a high value load.
Okay.
And there's a procedure that you're supposed to perform. There's a procedure that the shipper performs when they're transporting high value loads. For one thing, They don't use that little plastic seal. They don't use that little plastic seal.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't use that.
They use locks or something.
They put these wires, these thick wires, and they braid it through and put locks and put a whole bunch of stuff on there.
Uh-huh.
And then on top of that, they give you instructions. And in the instructions, they tell you that you're not to stop for the first 150 miles or so.
Yeah.
You can't stop for fuel. You can't stop for anything. You just got to keep going. And they have an unmarked vehicle following you without you knowing who that vehicle, which vehicle it is.
Okay, so they're keeping an eye on you, basically.
For the first 150 miles or so, they're keeping an eye on you.
But that's for your safety. Right.
It's for your safety. Actually, it's for their load. They're more.
Yeah, the load
More
safety.
interested in, yeah.
They don't give a shit about it. Yeah.
Yeah. You can croak so long as their merchandise gets where it needs to be. That's the concern. So, yeah, but you can park somewhere, and you can get held up at gunpoint and have your load taken. You can have. Oh, okay. So let me tell you what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
So I had a high value load. I pulled up into a rest area because I was out of hours.
Yeah.
There are cameras all over the rest area. But I'm in my truck, and I feel my truck rocking side to side. So I get up. I look outside at the trees. I look through my mirrors. I don't see anything happening. So I go back to sleep. I feel the truck rocking again. And I look outside, and I don't see anything. I don't see my door is open. I don't see the trees swinging, nothing.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I go back to sleep, and the next thing I know, I got somebody banging on my truck. So when I go to the window, it's the state police. They asked me to step outside. I step outside. And they had me walk with them to the back of the trailer.
Yeah.
My trailer doors were open, and a bunch of pallets were unloaded. And the cops had an idea that kind of stuff. They already knew that kind of stuff was going on. And I just found it curious that they weren't just chasing this guy, looking for this guy. I don't understand what the hell they were doing. But it looked to me like the warehouse that was shipping the stuff had somebody there that was setting up the drivers.
Oh, okay. Inside job, basically.
Inside job. Because all I got was one of those plastic seals. And when you got a high value load, you don't use those plastic seals. But that's what I got.
Yeah.
How you go about that?
Corn dog feet?
Regular corn dog boss man?
Yep.
Yes, sir. $7, my man.
Getting a corn dog.
$7, huh? Yo, my man.
Yeah, well, it's fair. Everything's upcharge.
Upsell.
Upsell.
You should have got the
Upsell.
big dog. You want the little dog. I get it though.
You got the
The big dog is scary.
you're about to run out of ink.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to check it out right now. I'm right on the
Thank you, sir. Have a go.
Hey, Brandon, man,
Yeah, yeah.
what's going on? Why are you holding that like that? Why are you holding it like that?
I was criticized by the guy for getting a little one instead of big one, but I can't handle a big one. You know,
Neither can I. Size don't matter.
I just can't. You know, that's about the extent of my handling at the moment. So,
Did I tell you my brother gave his thing a name?
oh yeah,
Yep.
which one? Which brother is it? Is this the Marine brother?
No, the older one. No, the Marine. The Marine is my nephew.
No.
In the Army.
Your army. Army.
Yeah, Army,
All right,
yeah.
your army.
Yeah,
Is
that
it
one.
same brother?
That one. Yeah. He gave his penis a name.
Yeah.
Yep. He named it Government.
Government.
Yeah. Is everybody saying that the government's too big?
What did my friend say? He said something about he referred to it as something about money because he likes it when it grows.
Oh, he
I
tattoos
forgot.
a dollar bill. He tattoos a dollar bill on his,
Yeah.
so he can watch his money grow.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. I forgot that joke, but
My brother and a gentleman that we used to work for, they had some crazy inside joke. They used to always use the number 13. Anytime a woman would come around, my brother would be trying to get with her or something. And after he was done, him and the guy we used to work for used to always say 13 and give each other high fives. Yeah.
you know, in the old pornos, they used to give high fives when they were double teaming a girl. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I met this guy in Rhode Island one time. He goes, "No, we call it the Eiffel Tower up here." I said,
Oh,
"What do you
shit,
mean?"
okay.
He goes, "We call it the Eiffel Tower because we do a double high five." I said,
Oh, wow.
okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
That makes sense. Never heard of it before.
Did you encounter more swinging up here in the Northeast or in the South?
What's that?
Did you encounter more swinging in the Northeast or in the South?
No, down here, man. Up when I went up to first time I left, I was in Narragansett, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And they were no.
A bunch
I
of
was
crews,
considered
right?
a weirdo. I was considered a weirdo, you know.
Yeah.
Down here it was like, you know, it was okay.
Everybody.
Nobody. Well, no, I'm not gonna say everybody did it, but it wasn't frowned upon. It wasn't like, oh my goodness, you know.
Right. Right.
Up there it was. It was like, oh my goodness.
I know a coworker that was invited to one of those things in Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I stopped shaking his hand after that.
At least sanitize after you. At least sanitize after you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was no. It's a different. You know, it's like I don't know. People are more open and accepting down here. It's a little bit different, you know. But we were still in our own little groups. It was like a kind of like a big circle of friends, you know. They were just doing each other. Pretty much how to explain
Nice.
it.
Nice. Well, up here, I was up in the Northeast in New York. I was invited to a few circle jerks.
Well, that's I don't know. That involves
That's
not having a female involved, right?
No, just a bunch of dudes sitting around in a circle, and
Yeah, it doesn't interest me too much.
everybody reaches over to the right.
Yeah, that doesn't interest me too much. I don't think I'd be into it either, man.
Yeah,
No,
they had some parties like that.
this was the.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
I was saying
I
that.
was gonna say, but, ha! Sorry.
You first.
The best times I ever had was I'd go to the gay bars on Ladies' Night, and I'd be like the only guy in the place, you know.
Yep.
I'd go with my two roommates, which were females. They were strippers. Strippers are a lot of fun to party with when they're not on the clock. Once they're on the clock, though, they're all business, you know. But anyways, that's all I was gonna say.
As a cab driver, I picked up this lady in the financial district, and she was
I think you
conservative.
told me this.
That's it.
Go ahead.
She was
Maybe.
conservative.
Go ahead.
She had me take her to this bar, or this club, in 14th Street, 14th and what is that? 10th Avenue, around there by the meat market. 9th Avenue. I forget what it becomes at that point. I know it crosses, but this lady had me escort her down into that club. She didn't want to go in by herself, so she paid my way in. I parked the cab. She paid my way in, and immediately the first thing she does is lifts her skirt. She bends over on top of one of these workhorses, lifts her skirt, and this dude comes over with a paddle and whacks her in the butt like several times. And then I turn around, and there was this dude completely naked, tied up against what looked like a giant web. He was gagged, and they were beating his ass too. And all throughout the club, there were people being sold as slaves, butt naked. There were people masturbating in corners, all kinds of crazy stuff. This was more like
the bondage. Yeah, the bondage scene.
Yeah, that was all. That was one big fetish club.
Yeah, people are into it, you know. Just think of that song, "Sweet Dreams." You know.
Yeah.
Sweet dreams are made of these.
Is that what that song was about?
Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be used by you. Yeah, no, I think so. If I had to guess.
Yeah, that sounds like some big Ponce action right
Oh, that hit the spot. Like corn dog. I got the little one, but it worked. You know, sometimes the little ones work.
The little ones work sometimes, man. I don't know why people complain.
Yeah, I know. You know, it is what it is. The beer hut is now shut down.
Come on.
That's good for me. No, that's good for me.
Yeah.
It means that I'm not gonna. It means I'm content, enjoying my hot dog. Yeah, you actually caught me on a semi-sober night, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah. I went 2 days sober. What's that?
It's impressive to catch you tonight and just dealing with the meat in your mouth.
Well,
Kind of-
you know,
Oh, what the
it
heck?
happens from time to time. Yeah, I had, I've been 2 days sober this week. 2 days on, 2 days off. So,
How do you feel?
when I was sober, it was great. You know, it's good. I like to be sober.
Yeah.
You know, but I also like to be drunk. So, you know,
Oh, nice.
it's what's that?
You can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I try.
Go get daddy.
It is what it is. I don't beat myself up over it when it doesn't happen. You know.
Yeah, I don't beat myself either.
What's that?
I don't beat myself either.
No. Well, you should every once in a while. So keep yourself happy.
Your prostate.
Yeah.
Your prostate actually. Yeah. Keeps your prostate healthy. That prostitute gland.
Mm. I'm glad that you were able to translate that joke because I was worried because, like I said, the guy sent it through Google Translate. I'm like, well, I could have done the freaking same thing, you know.
Did it sound something similar to what I said?
No, it was exact. No, you told it exactly, verbatim. Yeah, you did the joke, you know. But I was worried that. Well, first off, I want to be able to tell it in Spanish to where I could tell the joke to somebody who doesn't speak English. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And I was worried about the grammar.
Grammar?
The grammar more than the pronunciation. I can.
Yeah, the grammar was
You can
good.
send me. You can send me anything. I can read anything in Spanish. I'm completely literate in reading Spanish and writing Spanish.
Would you say
However-
that's an advantage?
What's that?
Would you say that's an advantage?
In South Florida, fuck yeah, man.
Big time, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can speak Spanish too. I mean, I speak Spanish. I understand a hell of a lot more than I can say.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? You know, I understand a hell of a lot more than what I can actually articulate. You know.
Not speculate.
Yeah.
Gotta check to see the time. Oh god. I'm gonna have to shut this thing down right now.
Okay. You do you, man. Hey, it was a pleasure as always.
Yeah. No, I was pleasured by this. Thank you, Brandon.
I'm glad you were pleasured. I'm glad I was able to help pleasure you.
You're amazing. You're amazing.
One last look at the fair going on around.
Yeah, let's see it. Nice.
I don't know if you guys can see anything or not, but
I saw it. I saw it.
you'll see the videos. I've been just sitting in the historical district. The kids are going on the rides, and you know they're doing that stuff.
Noise. Way noise. So I'm gonna have to go because I'm gonna have to start driving.
All
Gotta
right,
head down to Atlanta.
Atlanta, into the land of the warm, compared to you.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. So listen, Brandon, thank you, man. Homestead, I don't know if Homestead got back on time, but if she didn't, I'm terribly sorry. Thank you to all who popped in, said hello, made a comment, said something, touched me, made me feel good. So, so stay fresh, keep it moist, and keep it profitable. All right, Brandon, I'll see you in the next one.
All right, take care, bro. Bye.